telling anyone anything. That's not my thing. I've said it before. It's always us talking together. You know, I'm seeking counsel from anybody I can find. It could be a lot attendant, and they could tell me something. I go, I really like that. Maybe I have a better understanding how the younger generation thinks. It could be somebody that's doing what I'm doing, and they've done it before me. I want advice from everybody. I'm in a bunch of different stores. I'm in 7 of them. I get to see day in and day out, some of them 12 hours a day, what goes on. The ones that stick to the process, that don't cut corners, that have the positive attitude, right? That are willing to get their hands dirty and prospect at higher levels, they're the ones that are surviving right now. It's just the fact of the matter. You know, because there's salespeople at competitive dealerships right now just sitting around. They're not training. They're not getting better. They're literally sitting around doing nothing. Think about that. That's how they're starting their day off. They're sitting around from 9 to 12 doing nothing. They're ordering DoorDash. They're not going to take it up between now and when the DoorDash comes. They're eating slop. They're in a food coma until 3. They run to Wawa to get an energy drink. They're back at 4, and then they're saying, well, I'm not taking it up. We close at 6, whenever we close. And they're coming into Saturday, but their Saturday's not set up, with negative momentum, going home miserable, fighting with their girl, not sleeping. This is real life stuff. This is how life works. So if you just do what you got to do every single day, just the basics, you'll be okay. And if you do more, you'll be even better. But, you know, consistency will turn you consistency will turn the things you do into the person you are. Consistency will turn the things you do into the person you are. People that do things here and there, that's not them. That's their feelings. I asked a kid yesterday, well, what determines whether or not you make your phone calls or not? He says, well, I said, if you feel like it? He said, yeah, if I feel like it. He had the 4 years of experience going on 40. I said, well, that's not, you think that's the best way of doing it? Just if you feel like it? You brush your teeth whenever you feel like it? Some days I do, some days I don't. Right? It's got to be an everyday thing. And then it becomes you. Then there's no deviating from it because it's actually who you are as a person. So what I did as a salesperson when I first started, and I'm not using this room as an example, but I'm just telling you guys how I started. Like I told the other gentleman about how I was overly aggressive. And the other thing I did was I looked around at everybody else and I said, I'm going to do the opposite of them. Just being honest. I said, I'm going to do the opposite of them. I'm going to act opposite of them. I'm going to talk opposite of them. I'm going to behave opposite of them. I'm going to work opposite of them. Unapologetically. Don't care. I remember both of them. 2 salespeople used to laugh at me when I was sitting in the showroom, role-playing, overcoming objections by myself. I save the receipts. I think of them every single day. And that's what fuels me. Still. So, whatever it is you want out of this, you can have. There's no silver bullet. There's no magic pill. It's going to take hard work. But the results are going to be there. You know, you could walk into a car dealership, have a customer here for service, offer them a cup of coffee, have a conversation, and by 10:30 you can put $1,000 in your pocket. You can't do that working at Target. I don't know too many jobs that pay $1,000 an hour. How old are you?
22.
And you?
22.
All right.
Wow. I wish.
Right. I didn't start until I was 23, so you're already ahead of me. I don't know any of your friends that have a job where they can make $1,000 in an hour.
I almost haven't thought
right?
for God's sake.
But you know, you can't have career goals and want to make career money with a job work ethic. It just doesn't work that way. And most people, and I'm with this, it's funny, I did this thing once. We were in a dealership, and I asked everyone around the room. I remember years ago I was reading about this, and I asked everyone in the room if they're willing to be successful, if they're willing to do what it takes to be successful. They said, yeah. I said, all right, raise your hand as high as you can if you're willing to do whatever it takes to be successful. And they raised their hand. I said, all right, now raise it a little higher. They all went like this. I said, you weren't even willing to raise your hand as high as you could, but you're willing to do whatever it takes to be successful? And they started laughing. I said, the little things in life, we feel like we're giving it our best, and a lot of times we're not. I just asked you to raise your hand as high as you could, and you still didn't do that. So there's a big difference between being interested in being successful and being committed to it. And make sure you're committed to it. Interested is when you wake up on the right side of the bed and you feel like doing it, when you're fresh. Committed is when you don't really feel like being here, and you do it anyway. Right? Hey, my friend, thank you for watching. And if you want to see videos just like this one, I'm looking forward to all of your interaction and feedback, and I can't wait to bring you more videos just like this one. Thanks again. I'll talk to you soon.